All right, it's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. We are here and we are in here today. We're going to do this thing, urban therapy, with some way. Everything is going to be all right. Yeah, you think it won't be all right, but it will. Everything is going to be okay. We do this on every Sunday. We play Nah. So today, oh, by the way, welcome all y'all to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. And today on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, we are talking about whether or not to put your peeps in a nursing home. We are talking about nursing homes today. And we're going to really get into this topic. We're talking about whether to make the decision to put your peoples in the nursing home. So we're talking about the elderly. We're talking about people who are not able to really take care of themselves because of medical conditions. But, you know, it can be a very, very stressful decision to have to make. Because, you know, let's say it's your mom or your grandmother, something like that, somebody who was really there for you, somebody who took care of you, and they were there raising you when you were sick and when you were going through troubles and problems and pains and everything else. And now you are dealing with them as they're aging and they are unable to take care of themselves with all types of medical conditions. And you have to decide whether you can let them stay at the crib or not. Now, most people that I've been exposed to are quick to say that they would never put their parents or their loved ones in a nursing home. And I think that is one of those things that I feel the same way about. I know for a fact that I don't care what condition that my mom or my dad ever gets in, they will never see a nursing home in terms of full-time care. However, I can't front like I don't understand situations where other people may have to look at the situation differently, where they may not have the time or the patience or the skills or maybe the illness is too severe for them to be able to leave the person that is in need of care at the crib, or maybe they would have to stop their whole job or career. I don't know, but we're going to talk about it today. Oh, you think we ain't talking about it today? We're going to get it down like that. We'll play. What's going on, Charlene Curry? Charlene Curry, how you feeling? And T Carry right down for the morning, noon, and night. It's always good to have my peoples on you. You're in my sight. Stacy Yvette White. Hey, what's going on? Ma, hold it down for the D. Yeah, I see you. So that's how it's going down. Let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Sunday from 11 o'clock till around 12:30-ish. And the reason that we say 12:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is Sunday. Yes. And this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I am your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R. It's the Urban Therapy with Sun show. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own behavior to see how we fit into this thing called the universe and figure out this thing called life. Can all y'all hear me? Let's make sure we get that out of the way. Y'all know I'm not down with all those technical difficulties, but when it happens, it happens, and there's nothing we can do. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. So that's how that's going down on the Urban Therapy with Sun show. So what we're going to do is this morning, we're going to talk about whether or not to put your peoples in the nursing home. You know, wait, the audio. Please holler at me if y'all can hear me. Let me know that I'm coming through clear. Let me know if I'm coming through clear. Just give me a heads up and let me know that on the video, audio is up to par and y'all can hear me. We coming through like stars. I am the one that's going to be like, son, yo, I can't hear you, son. Can't hear you, son. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Please let me know. Just write it in the comments. You know, if y'all can't hear me, we have another issue going on. Okay. Thank you, T. Carey, right? Thanks for letting me know what's up. All right, so we're talking about whether you would put your loved ones in a nursing home or not. So what are y'all thoughts about it initially? When we start talking about nursing homes, what are your first thoughts that come to your mind? What are the first thoughts that come to your mind? Do you feel like when somebody is when somebody mentions the word nursing home, do you think about top-notch care? Do you think about the elderly? Do you think about people who are disabled? Do you think about people who are probably not going to be alive too long? That's what we want to start off with. What are your initial thoughts about nursing home care? Do you know people who work in a nursing home, whether they work in a nursing home as a nurse or some other type of patient care, whether they work in the cafeteria, whether they work in housekeeping, whether they work in administration, whatever facet of nursing homes that somebody may be employed in? What do you think? Do you look at a nursing home as an alternative to a hospital? Are you familiar with nursing home care, or are most of your thoughts of a negative nature? Do you think that most people look at a nursing home, and as soon as they think of the word nursing home, they start thinking neglect, abuse, theft, sudden death because of neglect, because of abuse? Or do you think about somebody whose family has casted them aside? Like, well, I know that you're getting old and you're feeble and you're unable to take care of yourself, but I don't have time to be dealing with you. I don't have time to be trying to get medical care for you and be trying to watch out for you and to make sure that you don't hurt yourself or anybody else. I don't have time for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my money or the money that you have, and I'm going to put you in nursing home care, and I'll just come and visit you every now and then when I feel bad about putting you in this position. I mean, just be honest. What do you think? What are some of the things that come to your mind when it comes to nursing home care? Please share the show. Please make sure y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit that like button. Share the show. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. We're going to talk about some real talk today. Now, yesterday, y'all know we was talking about home health care. Real shit. And this morning on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, we are going to be talking about nursing home care. What do y'all know about it? Have you ever had family that was in a nursing home, that spent the rest of their days in a nursing home? Shout out to Divinity Designs on the Instagram side, and Emily Dunlap in the house. I said it, Emily. Good to see me some of y'all over there on the Instagram side. Thank you. Do you look at nursing home care like something that white people do? There's some, just keeping it a buck. There are some stereotypical things about life that black people may associate with white people, like boarding schools. You don't find too many black people who send their children to boarding schools. Is it because we can't afford them? No. There are plenty of black people who can afford to send their children to boarding schools, but most black people are used to taking care of their own children, raising their own children, and being the one who has the initial and the long-term input about how you will be raised and how your value system will be. We don't normally want people, telling us or telling our children how life is and what it's supposed to be and what they are supposed to think is important and how to conduct themselves and things like that. We want to be the one to instill those types of values and morals in our children. So that's for boarding schools. Incidentally, that's what we're going to talk about next week on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. But that's later. We talk about that later. Whether to send your children away. Send your children away. Send your children away. Hey. But yeah, that's not typically something that we associate with black people. When we saw Facts of Life with Tootie. Tootie was the only black girl on the show on Facts of Life. It's a testament to the way that TV was set up at the time. Also true, but it also represented a factual situation. We don't do that now with nursing home, with nursing home care, with nursing in a nursing home. When it comes to that, is it a situation where white people are normally ones who utilize nursing homes and not black people? I think it's a valid question. And it's something that we can research, and we're going to take a look at it. Y'all know we're going to take a look at it. Y'all know we're going to take a look at it. Now, initially, I had a guest that was scheduled to come on. She agreed to come on and talk about nursing home care. But I hope everything is okay. But I haven't heard from the guests. So, you know, if they come through, they'll come through, and we'll handle it like that. If they don't show up, then we'll do it how we do it. But y'all can call in too. And if y'all want to call into the show and talk about your peeps that you had to put in a nursing home and people just don't understand and everybody's situation is different, I invite you to call in. Or if you want to call in and say, shit, I'll be goddamn if my mama ever see a nursing home, you must be crazy. Never would I put them there. All right. And the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. I said a 319-527-6199. Yes, y'all. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby, on. Get your shine, baby, on. I said, get your shine, baby, 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 319-527-6199, baby. Yeah, we still got the bongos. What y'all thought let's get it popping. 319-527-6199. Y'all know this show. The show is totally uncensored. If you call in, when you call in, you don't have to watch your mouth. You don't have to watch your language. All you have to do is watch your truth. Make sure that you're telling it. You know what I'm saying? Bring your passion in any form of fashion. And we would get it popping like that. I like that. Divinity Design says, a few of my mother's friends were placed in a nursing home. The care was very poor, and they all passed away. That's what Divinity Design says. That sounds like a familiar story. You know, I don't know if nursing homes just get a bad rap, but I know when I start thinking about a nursing home, and I wish it wasn't like this, because I don't like to stereotype things that I don't know that much about. But I start thinking about bed sores. I do. Whenever I start thinking about nursing homes, I start thinking about bed sores and neglect. That's what I start thinking about. And that's probably not fair. It's probably not fair, but that's the way I feel about it. Now, whether somebody makes the decision to put their people in a nursing home and it may be a good decision, I can't speak on that. But I can say one thing. I know I had an aunt back in the day who was in the nursing home for a while. You know, my auntie, my Aunt Fanny, may she rest in peace. My Aunt Fanny grew up in New York. She came to Philly. Well, really, she didn't come to Philly. First, we used to go up to New York to see my Aunt Fanny. This was in the early 70s. We talking about, well, as early as I can remember. So we talking about 74, 75, 76. And by 1980, Aunt Fanny had came down to Philly, with actually Chester, where my uncle was helping to take care of Aunt Fanny, which made nothing but sense because Aunt Fanny had pretty much raised my uncle. Kinda. It's like so weird. He actually came to Philly when he was a teenager. He was born and raised in New York, but he came to Philly as a teenager and went to the army and he stayed down here. So it's, I don't know. It's I guess it depends on how you look at it, but nonetheless, I remember that Aunt Fanny was in a nursing home for a while. I remember that. Now she was staying with my uncle for a good minute. But if I'm not mistaken, I think Aunt Fanny died in a nursing home. And there could have been some confusion about who was going to take care of Aunt Fanny. Like, we were all a lot younger because we talking about the early 80s. She didn't make it to the mid or late 80s. I know that. I remember that part. So I need to find out a little bit more information about that. But for now, let's get into it. Carol Chamberlain, mi favorita. Carol Chamberlain, mi favorita. T. Carey Wright says, for me, when I hear about someone being placed in a nursing home, my first thought depends on the person's race. Oh, or as you put it, the Persob's race. Okay, the Persob's. Okay, all right. Yeah, the Persob's race. I know what you mean, Persob. Charlene Curry. Charlene Curry. She says, I couldn't put my mom there. I understand. I couldn't do mine either. TK Wright also says, after a certain age, I will put my mother in an independent senior community, but not a nursing home. I understand that. See, in an independent nursing community, you basically, it's sort of like having your own place around a bunch of other seniors that are sharing the same type of conditions as you. But in a senior living community, you're not necessarily sick or disabled or in need of immediate or round the clock health care. You're basically living on your own around other people who share your same age and characteristics and things like that. So y'all can sort of support each other. That's why they call it a community. So that makes sense. It costs money though. It's like having your own apartment. And you know what? They be having high incidents of fucking STDs since they came out with the Viagra and all of that. Old heads getting it in. Like, yo, my dick ain't get hard since I was like 52. But now here I am, 78, and I'm getting That's the way. I lie. But y'all ain't got no business burning though. Now that's the part I don't understand. Now what probably happened is y'all brought some of them young girls in there, like, yo, shit, I ain't gotta fuck with these old biddies. I'm gonna go out there and now I can fuck crackheads again. Okay, anyway. Okay. Carol Chamberlain says, I couldn't think about putting a loved one in a nursing home. It has never come up, but I hope I never have to make that choice. Yeah. Carol Chamberlain's talking about some leave her alone punctuation Panther. No. I mean, I don't see what she didn't make a mistake anyway. It was just Persubs. Everybody knows who Persubs are. Everybody. It's all good. It's all good, baby. Rock this at the drop of a dime, baby. It's all good though. So let's see if we can get a little info. A little bit of info on whether putting your family in a nursing home is a black thing or a white thing, or if it's somehow even. Let's have a look at that. Are white people more likely to put their loved ones in a nursing home than black people are?
Here's what I found.
Reveal study. Okay, guilt and grief, placing a loved one in a nursing facility. But that's like, okay. Okay. Well, I'll check that one out, but I don't. Well, here's an article by Psychology Today, written by Marilyn Mendoza, PhD. Guilt and grief, placing a loved one in a nursing facility. One of the most difficult things I've ever had to do was tell my mother that we were moving her to a nursing home. For my entire life, my mother had made it very clear to me that she never wanted to end up in a nursing home. I promised her that I would not let that happen and that she could stay with us until she died. In my mother's 95th year, she was hospitalized and declined rapidly. We sat on vigil on several occasions when the doctors told us her death was imminent. When nothing more could be done, we brought her home to die. After several months, things progressively got worse, and the nurses felt that her physical needs could best be addressed by transferring her to a nursing home. I immediately broke into tears and the guilt set in. I knew it was the right thing to do, but how could I do that to my mother? It took me days to get up enough courage to tell her. At that point, my mother was in such a state of decline that I am really not sure how much she was aware of what was going on around her, but that did not diminish my guilt. My story is not unusual, nor is the guilt that I felt. Unfortunately, guilt is part of caregiving, particularly when you have to make a decision that you know is against the wishes of a loved one. Once in a nursing home, our pain is often escalated by our loved ones begging and pleading to be taken home. Each visit can become a nightmare of pain and suffering for you both. Yeah, this is in Psychology Today. This is let me put this in the comments over here, and y'all can check this out at your leisure. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Can you do that? Yes, you can. Can you do that? All right. It's a live link too, so you can click on it. Come back to the show if you want to. But, but hang out, stick around. Okay. TK Wright says, wait. Definitely a white thing due to finances. Okay. All right. Wait a minute. Wait. I'm missing a couple of comments. Let me see. TK Wright says, in a senior community, no one under a certain age can live there. You own the home in senior developments, and you have all of the perks of a nursing home. Okay. She says definitely a white thing due to finances. Carol says, Itaki, I've seen some of them and they look amazing. All the comforts of home. Yeah, I've seen senior living. It is very expensive too. It is. It's not. That's not no cheap thing. So it ain't like if you came from the projects, you think you're gonna be moving to a senior nursing. A senior facility or whatever, living facility. There's a good chance you won't be able to afford that. There's a very good chance you won't be able to afford that. Do you know what I'm saying? Shit is real. Shit is real, son. It's real. What the fuck am I doing? What am I doing? Hold on. I gotta get it together. And I definitely do not have it together. Let me see. All right. There we go. All right. Okay. All right. So yeah. So it could be a decision that's based on exactly where your financial ability to be able to maintain is. But nonetheless, it's something that exists. Queen Monica Davis, Queen Monica, thanks so much for coming through yesterday and blessing us with that good old home health care information. Appreciate it. And she says, I've had a friend who had to put her mother in a nursing home after caring for her at home for years. It got to the point where she was in the late stages of Alzheimer's, and it was actually too much on her mom, having to get up in the morning, and get up in the morning with her to go to daycare. And that's one of the things that people don't take into consideration. I think everybody's situation is different. If you're talking about somebody who has Alzheimer's or some type of mentally degenerative condition, to whereas they may be at home, but they may be like in the vegetative state, whereas you probably may need some type of nursing training in order to deal with this. It may not be a situation where it's just whether you're lazy enough or whether you're energetic enough to take care of your loved one. It may be a situation that is not manageable. It's not workable. This is not something that I just don't want to do because I don't have the time. This is something that might require me to have to quit my job and still not be able to do it effectively. So every situation is different. You know what I mean? And to be honest, are you wrong for just not wanting to do it? We might say yes. The answer might be yes. Yes, you are wrong. If your mom took care of you or your dad took care of you, and you don't want to take care of them after their health starts declining, yeah, we may feel like somebody is dead wrong. Now, but they may be dead wrong to us based on what we would do. But if we based everything that somebody else does on what we would do, we're probably not being very fair to anyone, not even to ourselves, because we may hold ourselves at such a high standard that when our time comes to make a decision such as this, we may not be able to live up to the hype. It happens, huh? Hey, yo, it happens. Stacey Yvette White says, I had a good experience when it comes to my mother. After she came out of surgery and she went into a nursing home, she was in a good one, but I checked on her every day. And I'm glad that you said that. And I'm glad that you did take time out to check on her every day, because a lot of times the picture that we get of somebody in a nursing home is, oh man, they people don't even come through. They don't come. They might come once every 2 or 3 months, 6 months or something like that. They don't even call. And the elderly that's placed in the nursing home may complain about that. Like, they just put me in here and, nobody calls me. Nobody comes to see me. Nobody cares. They just cast me aside. One of the questions that we may have, honestly, is it that type of situation? Is it that type of situation for everybody who gets placed in nursing home care? I mean, just keep it a buck. Are there not some home care that were bad people? Yeah. Didn't take care of anybody their whole life. Didn't give a shit about anybody. Were evil. Were in a state where nobody would help them. So yeah, we're gonna put you in this nursing home because nobody loves you enough in order that you never showed any love or any type of affection or any type of reasons that anybody would want to stick by you in your time of need. Are there not people like that in the nursing home? I'm sure that there are. Does that make it justifiable? I don't think that it does. My brother from another mother, Norris Hill. I said my brother from another mother, Norris Hill. What's going on, my brother? Thanks for coming on through. When I see you, you know how we do. We's crew. Oh. Okay, Stacy says, I brought my mother meals. I got her hair and nails did. I was there every day or every other day. Got her nails did, huh? Hair and nails did, huh? Interesting. That's what's up. Grits and wavy and grits. I said grits and wavy and grits. Yo, thanks for coming through. Yo, you know you the yo. Every time I see you, I be like, yeah, that's it. Just like Coke, it ain't no joke. We do it like that. Yo, we spoke. All right. Norris Hill says yesterday's show was awesome, and today's topic is relevant for me as far as a friend of mine. Well, thanks, my brother. I appreciate me some you. Carol says, I have a problem with the show title. What is whether or not to put your peeps in a nursing home, Omar? Did you mean put? Oh, let me see. I know not of what you speaketh. So let me wait. This is what I'm not. Okay. All right. Yeah, I can't do that. All right. Oh, you're right. My bad, Carol. Yeah. Whether to put. Let me just make sure I don't do nothing crazy like refresh. No refresh, baby. Get your shine, baby. Oh, get your shine. Shine. Let me pop this chat out of here so I can see what y'all talking about. All right, there we go. All right. Thank you, Carol. Appreciate that. You know what I mean? From one Panther to another. You know? From one Panther to another. Appreciate that. That's good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Monica Davis says, me being disabled and my mom being in her 70s, when she had back surgery, I had to talk her into going into a nursing home for recovery. We knew she was coming home. That was always the plan. Yeah. A nursing home can be a place where you get rehabilitation or just like Monica was talking about yesterday, when you had to go into a nursing home for a little while in order to try to get your situation together. So it's just that the stigma. Soon as we hear the name nursing home, it's like, or should I say the word nursing home, it's like, you talking about Shady Pines? You know, remember the one of the Golden Girls? You're like, yo, but don't put me back in Shady Pines, man. Go get Sophia out of Shady Pines. Shady. Don't you place your mother in shady. Okay. All right. Monica also says, I went to help her daily or more than 3 days a week of at random times. But given our living situations at her age, should her health decline, we would have to be very active picking what to do if it came down to that. Yeah, every situation is different. You know, sometimes we get self-righteous and say, well, yeah, there's no way I'm doing that. I feel that way. Like I told my mom, I said, you'll never see a nursing home. And I mean that shit. Now, hopefully, we never get to the point where I have to rethink that decision. But I just couldn't see it. I just couldn't see it. You know what I mean? I know that between me and my two sisters, a concerted effort would be made to keep her safe and secure and as comfortable as possible. We could do this. You know, unfortunately, we live in a city where almost all of the houses have stairs and steps and, you know, shit like that. So, you know, getting a person from one floor to another floor it ain't sweet like that. We don't live in an area like a suburban looking area with a bunch of ranch style homes in it where you could just wheelchair or walker your way around through life. We don't have that luxury. If you want to look at that as a luxury. TK Wright says, I think that meant the nursing home strike. Okay, wait. Monica says, plus my mom is newsy and social, so she was doing good there. Oh, okay. Oh, she was getting her nursing home on, huh? Like, yeah, just come and check me out. Everything good over here, though. My new friend was giving me the scoop on all the nursing home news. You'd be surprised how many people got all kinds of scandalous activity going on over here at Shady Pines. Shady. All right. Man, y'all need to stop trying to gang up on somebody. Y'all don't know nothing. Grissom Wavy says Alzheimer's is crazy, and a lot of them need 24 hours supervision. So many wander away from their home in confusion and get lost. Unfortunately, some are found dead a lot of times. Yeah. And when you start thinking about a nursing home, one of the concerns that people have is that if you send your mom, your dad, your grandparents, aunts, uncles, favorite, this, that, and the third to a nursing home and they have Alzheimer's, they may be getting abused or they may be being abused by some of the staff, and they may not know how to tell somebody else what's happening with them, what's going on. It's a legitimate concern. Is that fair to look at nursing homes that way? No, but I'll say this. It's probably the job of the nursing home industry and the nursing home itself to make sure that type of thinking, that those types of feelings and those types of stereotypes do not account for the care that nursing home is responsible for with its residents. It's up to the nursing home to establish itself as separate from any of those types of stereotypes, rumors, truths, and accusations. If they aren't doing enough to distance themselves away from those types of thoughts, feelings, accusations, truths, that's on them. That's on them. TK Wright says, with the help of a few cousins, we took care of my great-grandmother until her death at age 96. Ripe old age right there. Carol Chamberlain says, some insurance companies will assist in getting stair climbers. We had one for my aunt. Yeah, I've actually had to start thinking about that for my mom. And I hate to say it to y'all, but I really don't want her to get a stair climber. But and it's only because I look at when you stop having to try, you know what I mean? You really, I know that probably sounds real selfish, but I just don't want to see. I don't want to see nobody in my family get to the point where they are disabled and unable. So, but yeah, it's definitely something that we have to check out. Kristen Wavy says the family members are in bed sleep. No one expects their love to leave their home at 5 a.m. Oh yeah. It happens all the time though. Yeah, that's true. She says, I remember my grandmother taking care of a friend when she could no longer walk. She moved her and put a bed in the living room, and everyone helped take care of her. And that's just something that our people are used to. We are so used to having the mechanical bed in the living room. How many homes have we been into where somebody was in hospice care, whether they passed early or whether they lived for a good little while, but we will set up that bed in that living room like, yo, this is what it is. This is what it is. We're gonna put a bathroom in on the first floor, or we gonna bedpan it out. We gonna make it work though. It's kind of like what people who love each other do. But is that the right thing to do, or is it the wrong thing not to do? TK right says it's the a body in motion stays in it's a body in motion stays in motion concept. Yeah, and I'm on that. So I don't know, but you have to think about somebody else's how frustrating it could be for them not to be able to do it, and how demoralizing it can be for somebody who isn't able to make that trip or that trek or whatever. So you have to allow more than just your personal feelings about it to rule the day. You have to have some compassion, and you have to take into consideration the struggle that somebody else has. There are other ways that you can still keep them mobile and still keep them in good muscular shape. You just have to be creative. Like, okay, maybe they aren't able to walk as well or climb stairs. It doesn't mean that they can't still do stretching exercises. And when people see that you care and that you're willing to try, often it can be a motivating factor for them. I see that we have a caller on the line. Caller with the last numbers 4215. All right. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I'm your host, Sun752. Thank you for calling in. What's on your mind this morning?
Yo, what up, brother man?
Oh, that's my man's right there. That's my man going down right there.
You know the one. You know the one. Yeah. Oh, man. And, sort of piggybacking, the two topics are hand in hand today this weekend. That's cool. Oh, shoot. I just went blank all of a sudden. Damn.
Well, we talk about nursing home, and you just talk about how it's sort of like a personal situation for you. That's what you were saying in the comments. So,
Oh yeah. The old man friend of mine. Yeah, the son-in-law thought enough to ask me if I wouldn't mind sitting in a few hours a day during the weekdays, because they buried his wife 2-3 days before Christmas.
Oh wow, okay.
So nobody's been able to take care of it. They thought that he was going to go first, but apparently not. So luckily, he doesn't live too far, and I go over and sit, about 3 or 4 hours, on the weekdays.
Yeah.
And somebody else, fills in.
Yeah.
So it's good that he has, adult children that live nearby. And I think, unlike me, I only have like one relative in the same town with me, and she has her hands full already, anyways.
Yeah.
But I know she'd do the best she can. But like when I got sick, 6-something years ago, when I had to deal with Medicaid and Medicare. Good thing, with her being in social work, she was pretty much on top, and she made sure nobody fucked me over.
Yeah.
That's,
and that's real.
So,
very real. Real.
Yeah, but as far as like the nursing home thing, I have a procedure scheduled later on this week, and I did my COVID testing a couple hours ago, and I was advised to quarantine until the procedure. So you know what that means for me? That means I got to tell them they need to find another replacement for me, because I'm not going to be available this week.
Yeah.
And that's just really, it's really sudden, and I don't like doing, being so sudden about it, because hell, I don't even know what time I need to show up for a procedure. I won't know that until the day before.
Yeah.
So
that,
go ahead.
So, typically we think about nursing homes in terms of the elderly being placed in there, but that's not always the case. That's not always the case.
Yeah.
Anyone can be placed in a nursing home, because the key, the root word is nursing.
Oh, back to what Monica was saying. I spent 2 months in a nursing home.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I spent Christmas and New Year's, from January to the end, probably middle end of February. Yeah, I was in a nursing home. They couldn't wait to get rid of me because I was giving them hell. I wanted to get up out of there.
Yeah.
Again, between I see how some staff can be negligent, and once I started getting to the point where I feel like I could pitch it, complain, I did.
Mm-hmm.
And if I, other than that, I stayed in the same place and just got fat as fuck. But other than that,
what complaints? What complaints did you have about being in a nursing home? What did you observe?
I had. Let's see. Monica mentioned, the eating schedule. We have, as far as if our personal schedules, we have to adjust our personal to what to what the program is.
Yeah.
So if it's breakfast at 8 or so, that's what you got to do because therapists coming at 9. Stuff like that.
Okay.
And and then unless you're good enough at hoarding like little snacks like peanut butter crackers, peanut butter crackers, graham crackers and peanut butter. That's what I used to stock up on.
Mm-hmm.
And and have plenty of water. I had to do that, but the medication they gave me had me constipated too. So thank goodness I had somebody that was able to take me out to go get some fucking prune juice.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I mean, that. The pains of not being knowing that they're only going to do the bare minimum. I've always my experiences is come give me the conclusion of you're only as productive as the salary.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that?
And
so the nurses that you encountered or that you observed in a nursing home, would you say that their level of care was comparable to what you might receive in a hospital, or did you see a clear difference between how they handled their residents?
I would say that there's a difference because in the hospitals, they are more attentive because you're not going to live in a hospital.
I understand that. Wow.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I think is odd? What I think is odd is that, and I think this is probably indicative of the stereotype that we hold with nursing homes, is that when our peoples are in the hospital, it be all kinds of people that are coming through. Like, I need to talk to the doctor. I want to see these nurses. We be trying to make sure that no crazy monkey business is going on when our people's are in the hospital. Right. And I'm trying to figure out, like, why is it that seems to break down at a nursing home? You would think that with a nursing home, because of the stereotypes or the reputation that they have of being neglectful, of being abusive and things like that, you would think we would be going in there like, yo, you better make sure that you take care of my mom or my dad or my uncle or my grandparents or whatever, because I'm going to be up here every single day and I'm going to be asking them what's going on. And if they report that anything is wrong, I'm punching somebody straight in the eye. You would think that's what it is, man. But
yeah, you would think.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that's what makes me leery, because I don't really have too much of a support system out, as far as family wise, because again, I'm in a different city from, we're all spread out. I won't say that.
Yeah.
Because even in my hometown, I mean, heck, everybody's doing their own thing.
Yeah.
But that got me thinking too. As a matter of fact, while I was in that same nursing home, a former coworker was in there after, he was living there because he had a stroke. He couldn't even speak. He couldn't hold conversation with me, but he recognized me. He'd say, "What's up?" Hey, but I remember seeing him, and every time he told me he recognized him, hey, but he couldn't have conversations because he used to talk big shit before that. but he was a cool cat. But I wonder whatever happened to him, because I haven't seen him since. That was again, 6 years ago, or not, if not longer. So I don't know if anybody ever came to see about him, because I remember where he used to live and where we used to work. And I don't know if he had too much family. I think he had a couple kids, but I don't know if they were grown or not at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of a crazy thing because, you know, on one hand, we think about nursing homes in terms of people just, you know, basically throwing their loved ones, their elderly loved ones, you know, to the wolves of a nursing home to let them do whatever it is that they're going to do to them. But then everybody wants to sue when it doesn't go right, or when a person dies when they shouldn't have, or when you can see obvious signs of abuse or neglect and things like that. Now everybody wants to say that but that shouldn't have happened, and I was checking on them regularly and they did this on the low and blah 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 blah, and it can't always be true. Not saying that it's always false. But when you start thinking about Alzheimer's, when you start thinking about somebody who had a stroke, who may be close to being in a vegetative state, and that they can't effectively communicate with anyone to let them know what's going on with them. That's a tough thing, and we don't always think about that. You know what I mean? You know, especially when we start talking about how we would never put our loved ones in a nursing home. Yeah, we may hold fast to that, but we also don't think about certain conditions that somebody may be afflicted with, and how little we are able to handle that situation. So it's different. So we kind of have to be we can't be so quick to judge somebody else's decision making or what they may do.
And you know, matter of fact, hats off to an aunt of mine who lived between Atlanta and Cleveland, who basically made sure that my grandma was straight before she wound up having a final stroke and passing away. She helped made sure that she got into she moved from the house that they had been in for over 20 years into a nursing home. My grandfather, he had been passed for about maybe 10 years or so by then anyway. And got her into a good assisted living type place, and the crib was laid out too. And when she had a stroke, they put her, in the ICU, the hospital. My sister and I went up and, visited with her. And we saw what was going on. She couldn't speak, so it was like she was so weak to where she might look up for a second and close her eyes back. So, it was a hospice situation from there. But again, as far as making sure everything was in order, because my aunt was there.
It's tough. It's an individual thing where something may happen on this side that we don't agree with, or that's not similar to things that we may have heard about or experienced, and then but hey, you just never know the card. It's almost like saying that you would never consider putting your loved one in a nursing home. That's almost like saying that I would never get to the point where I was sick enough to be placed in one, or something like that. You just don't know. You just don't know.
Who am I? Who am I to even say that?
I see we have another call on the line. Before they come in, I want to make this statement, and I'm not going to cut you off. You know how we do. We just get the team involved. But one thing that we have to take into consideration, how some people don't have children, and some people are removed from their children. Some people are really estranged from their children. And one of the things that you hear people, one of the things that you hear people who have children talk about is, I'm glad I have children, so when I get old and sick or whatever, somebody would be there to talk, take care of me. We're taking for granted that will be the situation, that they will step in and step up. But it's not always the situation. But is it the situation where people who don't have children, are they doomed to be placed in a nursing facility, or just, alone and sick and dying, with no one to care for them when they get older? I think that if you've done right by people, hopefully that's not it.
That is a phobia of mine. Believe that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something you have to think about, because you just never know. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and then for me to be in the situation I was in again, around the same age as Monica, around 45.
Mm-hmm.
You just never know when you have to go through a situation where it's going to take weeks or months of rehab to get to somewhat of a independent living status again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's man, nobody wants to be unhealthy. That is not a situation where you will ever see somebody hoping that they get sick enough. We might play around with it sometimes, like, I hope I could get sick enough to quit my job or go on disability or whatever. But we don't really want that shit. You don't want to be able to not do anything that you used to be able to do.
Just like being laid off and getting unemployment. It's not what it's cracked up to be. You may get a third of what you get.
Mm-hmm. That's a true story. That is a true story. It's a tough situation, and it's tough on the person who is placed in nursing home care, and it's tough on the person that or on the people who have to make that decision to put you in, or that have to not make the decision to put you in, and make the decision to try to take care of you at home. Because even if you take care of your loved one at home, just like we were talking about yesterday with the home health care, you're going to have resources set up. You're going to have to make sure that you have a nurse that comes in, caretakers, make sure that it's going to run up bills, like food bill, making sure that they get washed, and it's not sweet like that. It ain't sweet.
Right. But back to as far as doing stepping in with a friend of mine, they're going to have to do some adjusting here, because I'm basically they don't really have too much of a backup besides me to be there with them on a more consistent basis. Because if you weren't, they told me that they didn't need me, but if I was to drop out, they'd have to consider that option.
Yeah.
And they don't want to do that. I wouldn't want them to do that.
Yeah.
He's been one of my best friends for like over 25 years. So that says a lot.
Yeah.
Because where we were 20 something years ago.
Man, listen.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or even
he was one of those that he liked me enough to say, okay, you're gonna be all right. So come on, get up off this ground with your drunk ass. Yeah.
It's tough.
He didn't give up on me. So I don't want to give up on him.
Right.
That's at least that's what friends do.
And that's the thing about it, feeling like you're not there for somebody. There's a lot of survivor's remorse going on, and like survivor's remorse or survivor's guilt can exist while a person is still alive. Because you may feel like, because you remained healthy while somebody else got sick in a situation where maybe both of y'all should have gotten sick or hurt, it can be tough. Like, so let's say, for example, let's say you were in a car accident with somebody and you were driving. You survived the accident, got better, and continued with your life, and they were disabled for the rest of their lives, and never were able to be restored back to the type of health or the type of things that they were able to do before. And it's kind of like your fault. Let's say you were drinking, or let's say you weren't paying attention. You know what I mean? It's a tough situation. But for the fact that I was behind the wheel, you wouldn't be in this situation. And that's not necessarily true, but you may feel that way. So even though a person it's easier, survivors guilt wise, to deal with a situation where somebody passed and you're still here, because you can always say, well, God meant for me to be here, and he meant for that person not to make it. That may sound selfish, but people will actually go for that. Whereas it's like, well, wait, he didn't mean for either one of y'all to be gone, but I know he didn't mean for one of y'all to be all fucked up, while the one whose fault it is in good shape.
Right.
Different kind of karma. Different kind of karma.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
Definitely is. Man.
So
yeah. Whew.
Yeah.
Survivor's remorse. The February 18th would have been my mom's 73rd birthday. She's been going out.
Wow.
In fact, it'd be 20 years come November.
Wow.
And
damn, man, she passed young. She was young.
I had that remorse too, because living 2 hours away, I didn't keep in touch and didn't realize how sick she was getting to. My youngest sister called me and said, "You need to come up here because it is worse than what you think."
Yeah.
And sure enough, I got to see her the day the day before.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Man. And
yeah, that's one of them.
Think about this. When, let's say your mom had survived at 53 years old, you ain't thinking about nobody being in no nursing home. You know what I mean?
No.
You ain't thinking about that. But it could have been a situation where she needed round the clock care that couldn't be administered in a hospital, and a nursing home could have been the most viable option. There could have been a time where you had to make that decision. Now, of course, we're only speculating because that didn't happen, but it's something that we have to think about, because now here we are, in our 50s or whatever, and you just never know what tomorrow is going to bring. Hopefully, we remain healthy for ripe old age, but that unfortunately, it ain't no slam dunk. It ain't no guarantee, and it's not a promise.
No.
So.
So I'm trying to stay, trying to keep myself from going through anxiety issues with, procedure I got to have done in a few days, but, thinking about, my age and then her age,
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough situation. It really is. And I was looking for some information earlier in the show about whether nursing homes is the decision to put your family in a nursing home is a white thing, or do other ethnic groups and races do it too. I know that some black people put their loved ones in a nursing home, but when you go to a nursing home, from all of the people I know who worked at nursing homes, you do not see us represented heavily in no nursing home. You know what I mean? It's
because we grew up, growing up with big families.
Yeah.
Everybody had, there's basically no excuse.
Yeah.
We knew to, take care of each other that way.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody, like I said, somebody had their own room.
Listen, just like Carol was saying in the comments, that bed gonna get put in that living room. You know what I mean? Move the couch, love seat out of here. The old break front, or the or that the hi-fi, the one with the record player inside, with the cover on it. You know what I mean? You open that the whole wooden joint, speakers on the side, TV down. That gotta go. I know it has a lot of sentimental value, but it gotta go. We gonna put a granny or mommy or auntie bed in here. Bring the hospital Craftmatic bed up in here. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna rock out like that. Yep. That's just how it goes. So, I haven't been, and this is not a diss, but I done been in many living room that smelled like a toilet, smelled like the bathroom, but everybody knew what it was. Everybody knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? And when the time came and the loved one, passed away, the living room started smelling like a living room again. But until then, it's time to get a little bleach popping up in there. Go out. But everybody understood. Everybody understood, and we knew the situation. And it's tough. It really is. It's really tough. But yeah, being able to put your loved one in a nursing facility, it's not an easy financial decision to make. And it's probably for our people, that's probably the thing that makes it a lot easier. Like, listen, we can't nobody afford this shit anyway. The Uncle Buster with the Cadillac, he ain't gonna spend his whole fortune that he made in the factory plant back in the day. We can't expect all that GM money, all that GM Ford and Chrysler money. You can't expect to spend all of the money on nursing homes. Somebody got to help Uncle Buster out. Yeah, so it's tough. It really is. It's tough.
It is.
Yeah. TK, right?
Yo,
You gotta go.
I'm gonna keep listening.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I gotta eat something. I haven't eaten yet today, so I gotta get something in.
Now go ahead, man. Nourish yourself.
Man.
Appreciate it. Thanks for calling in. I really, really appreciate that.
All right, much love, everybody.
Without a doubt. That's my brother from another mother, Norris Hill. My brother from another mother, Norris Hill, coming through to give us that good story, that good knowledge, them jewels, that experience. Appreciate it mucho. Let me see. I see Nikki Justice. Yo, make sure y'all follow Nikki Justice. She has a YouTube channel. Nikki doing some good stuff over there. I think a lot of y'all will appreciate what Nikki is bringing to the table. She making moves. Major. Baltimore, stand up. Be more all day. Stand up. All right. Let me see. TK Wright says, after my car accident and back surgery, I couldn't walk. I wanted to be home and set it up for my nurse and PT and part-time to be at home. I needed to be near my children as I learned to walk again. Yeah, it's tough. And you was young when that happened. So, listen, it's a tough situation when you want to be healthy, and who doesn't want to be healthy, right? But you want to be healthy. And in your mind, you're saying like, yo, we can do this. But your body like, I'm going to get back at you though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see you over there really, really wanting to be back to regular, people in hell want ice water. And I understand. I understand people in hell wanting ice water. I mean, sometimes I want ice water and I ain't even in hell, but you just keep banging. We all have desires. So it's tough. It's tough. But this is a decision that many of us are being faced with nowadays because the people who follow this show are in their 30s on up to their 70s. We are in a position where we have to start making those decisions. We got to be real with ours. We have to take that situation into serious consideration as our parents start to get older, as other loved ones, other family members, and people that we just love and care about who may have really been there for us when we were younger and when we were in our developmental years. As they start to age, we want to be there for them, but we also need to make sure that we take on the responsibility of taking our ego out of it and making sure that we make the best decision for our loved one. We know they want to be home, but we also know that they need to be home in a way that they can start to try to get better. We want them to be functional. And if that's not possible, well, we have to make sure that we are in a position to do our best, because we can't do the best for them if we can't do the best by them. Yes. So it's crazy. So I ain't gonna get on the people who put they oh, well, let me put it this way. I'm not gonna make any snap stereotypes or assessments or judgments about people who have had to put their family members in a nursing home. I get it. I do. I get it. I might not choose it for me, but shoot, I don't like liver either, and people be eating that shit. Ugh. All right. TK right says, okay, wait, I already read that. I already read that. Nikki Justice is talking a lot. She says, most of the situations we can't control. TK, right? Being near your children during your recovery and staying home was the best for your healing. It could be. It could be. You know, when you think about a nursing home, it's a home where you receive nursing. Nursing is care. It's care. It's treatment. It's trying to put you in the most comfortable position to be able to be functional. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And doing the hokey pokey. That's what it's all about. Hokey pokey. The bed will be in the living room. Facts. Where you already know. You already know. Many of us have funerals in the home. Used to have funerals. Yeah, down south. You know, I used to wonder, like, yo, how did they keep the body, you know, down south? You know, somebody died in the warmer months, or even, you know, down in certain. If you go in the deep south, they don't get but so cold. You know, you gotta make sure. I guess they had to have those funerals quick, like hurry up. You don't have it. You know, I don't know if any of y'all have ever smelled a decomposing body, but you don't want that. You don't want that at all. So I guess they did have embalming fluid. They would just have the funeral in the home instead of either the church or in a they may not have even had funeral homes back in the day. I don't know. Carol Chamberlain said, I'm dating myself. But we cleaned with white cat pine oil. Okay. I see. Don't worry about it. Don't be ashamed to have a couple of years on you. A couple of years. Yes. She also says, at Nikki, we have had them keep the deceased in the house until burial. That's what I was just asking about. Like, yo. I guess that back then those viewings was long as shit. It wasn't the typical 9 to 11 o'clock. Now, was it? Like, yo, this viewing is going to be for the next 3 days, maybe even 4. It's kind of crazy. All right. Ben gay and pissed. T. Carey Wright says, Ben gay and pissed. Everybody pretending like they don't. Yo, you ain't never lied. Poor people be ain't like, I don't know. Well, we over here, you know, over here with Auntie. We over here with Auntie. We sit with Auntie. We reminisce with Auntie. I don't smell a thing. We represent and I don't smell nothing. Did you smell something? I didn't smell nothing. You smell something? I didn't smell nothing. You smell something? I didn't smell nothing. We over here reminiscing with Auntie. Remember back in the days you used to take us through the park? We representing and reminiscing with Auntie. Everything is going to be all right from the start. I don't smell nothing. You don't smell nothing. Ben gay and pissed. Oh, shit. Get that Clorox bleach in here. Do y'all know how to clean? You'll clean up the shit there. It's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. Make sure you have the couch covers on tight. Okay. Oh shit. Los Angeles says, if you live in it, you probably can't smell it like outsiders can. Shit. Listen, it don't smell like that upstairs. It don't smell like that upstairs. So when you come downstairs, you know where you at. And when you go upstairs, like when you go up to the bathroom, it don't even smell like it do down in the living room. And if it do, use a trifling ass, trifling, trifling, get yourself some Clorox bleach. I said, get yourself some Clorox. Yeah. He says we usually do not go to a nursing home. That's true. The bed will be okay. Hold on. I'm going back up. I'm supposed to be coming down. All right. Some had to fold out couches too. That's true indeed. True indeed. And instead of expensive hospital bed, yeah. I'm telling you, at the hospital, Craftmatic. This shit is on your insurance now. You good. You good. If y'all call into the show, 319-527-6199. If you call into the show, make sure you press number 1 so that'll let me know that you would like to speak and I get you on up in here. Don't worry about it. Everything is all good. This is the Urban Therapy with Son show. We are talking about whether or not to put your peeps in a nursing home. We talk about nursing home care today. Would you put your mama, your auntie, your daddy, your uncle, your grandparents? Would you put them in a nursing home if it all came down to it and they couldn't take care of themselves and you couldn't take care of them? Would you do it? Can you feel it? All right. Stacy says, I took care of my mother all by myself. Oh, well, it's a good thing that you were able to do that. Not everybody can do that. Oh, PT, physical therapy. I thought you were part-time, baby. Part-time. FT. Is that I thought FT was physical therapy. FT ain't that physical therapy? FISCAL, physical therapy. Physical therapy. FISCAL. FISCAL. You got to go to school to beat that. I said FISCAL. You got to go to gym, beat that bell. I said FISCAL. You got to go to gym and FISCAL. You got to go to the gym, man. FISCAL. I said FISCAL. Said FISCAL. You got to go to the gym, baby. Climb the rope, baby. You got to climb the rope, baby. Climb that motherfucking rope with your fat ass. You want to get up to the top of the beach. Yeah. You know you had to climb that rope back in the day. Now, this is what I don't understand. It didn't matter whether you were big, small, skinny, tall. You had to climb that rope back in the day. How do we go from climbing the rope all the way up to the rafters in gym to not even being able to to having to grab that little thing when you get in the passenger seat of the car to put yourself in the car seat? Yeah, man, you used to be climbing the rope. Peace to all of y'all that was bitching about climbing the rope. I bet you climbed that rope though. You wasn't gonna take you can't get no F in gym. Or E. You can't get no E in gym. You failed gym. You pathetic. What you gonna do next? Fail recess? All right. Okay. TK Ray says, I was 40. Wow. Los Angeles says, but you don't get a warning before you enter into the house with the bed in the living room. It sounds like you know a little something about this, my man. A little something. Teeny weeny, itsy bitty, little bit. Liver is gag worthy. Word, Nikki. Now you on the team officially. You know, this is the no liver team. Like, you like liver, you out of here. We ain't I'm not dealing with nobody that you know what I mean? That's like, it's like what was that movie where a black cop had to act like he was a white cop? Came out a couple of years ago. What was the name of this shit? You know, Black Klansman. Yeah. Black Klansman. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to make sure you 100%. You know what I mean? Be like, yo, man, I just fixed this liver. It's good as shit. It got the onions, the gravy, the green peppers on this shit, mushroom. You want some of this gravy? As soon as you say yeah, it's like, yo, get him off the team. Yo, scratch that motherfucker. Scratch that motherfucker like a lottery ticket. Scratch him. Scratch. Scratch. All right. Carol Shane was asked, yeah, did your caller hang up? Yeah, they did. They hung up. Carol says, at Omar, one night it was the wake and then the funeral the next, and the family of the deceased is taken to be buried on the third. Okay, I got you. Ben Gay smelled like toothpaste. I'm done. This is a great topic. I appreciate that. Thank you. Ben Gay smelled like toothpaste. Come on, man. Come on. Stop. PP freestyle. Man, listen, Omar, no organ meats at all for me. That's why you on the team. You know what I'm saying? I'm auditing all y'all daily go getimism, urban therapy. I'm auditing the team. Like, we gonna find out what's real. As far as I'm concerned, you'll listen to this show. That's because you eat liver. We don't talk that. We don't cover them liver topics on this show. Liver topics are anything we don't want, that we ain't trying to eat. Liver topics are anything that we're not interested in. Liver topics are like, it's like black people trying to foster a white supremacy. That's you liver. You liver. Don't nobody want none of that shit. You know what I mean? Kristen Wade says, I have a question.
90.
Where you guys, when you guys bring dates home with that bed in the living room, like, is it like for late night sessions? Listen, if you messing around with somebody and they don't understand that there's a sick loved one in the living room, you know what I'm saying? You know, stinking up the place a little something. Like, look, if you got ass coming through, then you better get that.
Seconds.
You got to get that bleach popping. It's only right. You don't want to surprise nobody. Like you smell all right, but I imagine if you down there in that piss long enough, you won't that get in your clothes? I'm thinking it would. Listen, man, somebody in your family is a housekeeper. You ain't gonna tell me that nobody in your family ever worked in the hotel or worked, you know, something. Somebody did something. Somebody know how to get the piss and shit smell out of the crib. You better have them come over. Tell them to bring their stuff. You know how housekeepers always have this certain spray that can get stains out of everything. Like, yo, where you get that stuff from? Oh yeah, this is stuff from work, but I don't even use that. I use this. I get this shit get out of everything. Like, you heard of simple green? No, this is simple. This is simple purple, simple fuchsia. It's better than simple green. Like, the simple green, that's the shit that everybody else know about. But this simple turquoise over here. Ancient Chinese secret, huh? Yeah. Laura Siegel says, don't nobody get E's no more. How you know? I know I got an E. Get an E. Team no liver, word up. He just says, no, you don't bring them home. Okay. Bleach ain't gonna help human decay and smell. Yeah, you got to get baking soda for that. Baking soda along with bleach That is the choice. Oh, and lie, baking soda, bleach. It's the choice of serial killers. If this don't kill it, you was already dead. If this don't kill it, you was already dead. Yeah. All right, y'all. We're going to do these birthday shout-outs. We're about to get on about here. We have some birthday shout-outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious. Last day of February. Last day of Black History Month. And they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box. Wanda Holiday. Hey. Turning 56 years old today. And also, Yo Johnny Almonte, turning 38 years old today. And Rosa Laura, turning 32 years old today. And my girl, remember when we had the show about the COVID-19 thing? Our girl, Nurse Darlene Mabin. Darlene. You know what I mean? The Queen Darlene. Happy birthday to you, Darlene. It's her birthday today, and she's raising money for the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. That's what's up. And also my girl Dominique Dubois. Dominique turning 51 years old today. And also Georgia Gilmore turning 53 years old today. And Monica Green, happy birthday to you. And Gerald Chavis, happy birthday to you. And last but not least, taking it all way back to Penn State days, 91 and 92. My man Alfred Peace, Newark, New Jersey, stand up all day, every day. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious. Oh, TK Wright says, happy birthday to my cousin LaJanae. That's what's up. February 28th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally, all of y'all go ahead and turn up, but don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out, rock on and do the damn rock out, rock on and do the damn thing, you do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings, you do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, listen, we talking about nursing home care, whether or not to make the decision to put your loved one in a nursing home. Well, it's a personal decision. Well, it's sort of like a personal family decision, a personal and family decision, because you're the one who is either going to have to deal with taking care of a person that you refuse to put in a nursing home for whatever reason, or you're going to have to be the one that lives with the thought and feelings that you did not do the right thing by putting them in a nursing home. So are you damned if you do and damned if you don't? Well, most situations, make sure that you come out the way that it comes out, but a decision has to be made. And remember that even a decision not to make a decision is a decision that you just made. So even if you decide not to decide, you've already decided to not decide. So you made a decision. You're going to have to stick by it either way. So if you decide to put your loved one in a nursing home, then hopefully you decide to make sure that they get the best care available, and make sure that you are always there as a resource that they can count on and that they can depend on and that they know will be there as an advocate. That's the most important thing. If that's not what's going on, then you're still going to have to live with that too. But I'll be good. Better than before. You know I love you more. All right, y'all. I want y'all to have a great day. If y'all haven't shared the show yet, make sure y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, Make sure that you hit the like button. Yo, make sure you hit the like button. Thanks for coming on through. Tomorrow we'll be back with another Daily Go Getimism show. It's the daily Go Getimism show. But next Saturday for the Urban Therapy with Sun show, we're going to talk about boarding schools, whether to send your children away to get educated. Would you do it? Have you done it? Do you know somebody who did? Well, I know a couple of kids. So we're going to talk about that. Is it a good thing? I mean, boarding schools can be very, very expensive. If you're the type of person that has to travel a lot, like, is a boarding school a good decision for the children and their development themselves? Well, Dr. Umar Johnson seems to think so, but he hasn't got a school together that right now, though. Dr. Umar Johnson went to a Scotland School for Veterans Children. I have two brothers who went to Scotland School for Veterans Children. Do I think that was good for them? We'll talk about it next Saturday. Oh, yes, we will. We'll talk about it next Saturday. Hey. So what y'all think? I want to thank y'all for coming through. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. I love y'all back to life. So, you got me so, you baby, so Blog Talk, I'm going to get you on up out of here. I want to thank y'all for coming through. Peace. And on the Instagram side, thanks for coming through.
Goodbye.
Appreciate me, some of y'all all day through. All right, so. And for my YouTubers, y'all know what it is. I'll get with y'all later. Y'all have a great day. Check y'all out on the book or however it goes. It's a good look. Peace, y'all.